The main inspiration behind my work is plants and the plant kingdom, but it's very much looking at the coexistence within that plant kingdom, so whether that be with insects or with people and the environment within which they grow. The scale is generally dictated by the project and the site for the work. If the project allows, then I will scale as large as possible so that the viewer can interact with the work, feel dwarfed by it and become part of it. The first time I started to develop the work for the Meadow Leaf, it's more about the materials being in their natural colour, so I haven't got the bright colours, but the shapes that I've drawn in the past that have become 3D objects are actually cut out of the metal. So the Meadow Leaf, it's got this sort of natural form, which is just a generic leaf form, but the flower shapes that are cut out are based on my pollination series. But I've also had it finished where I've had it mirror polished in the middle where the flowers are, so that there's a satin finish and then the landscape reflects in the mirror polish where the flower cutouts are. So that's very much reflecting the landscape, so that's picking up this, you know, the life that's going on around it as opposed to what's the work demonstrating it directly. The first time I started to look at this was when I did a commission for Christie's Hospital up in Wigan, and I created a tree sculpture and a bud sculpture. And again, it was looking at sort of regeneration, and it very much related to the treatments that were going on in the Christie, but it was you know, the plant forms were able to sort of demonstrate that as well. The allium stems were originally produced for a commission that I did for Mount Anvil, who have a development Keybridge in Vauxhall in London, and they wanted some smaller pieces that they could present to their clients. So I produced, I think it was 250 of them in presentation tubes. So every time somebody bought an apartment, they're going to present them, and they've got them displayed in their marketing suite. They're made similar idea to my pollination stems, where it's layers of metal bolted together, but the metal is formed. So I've gone on to produce more because I realised that people like them because they're an affordable, smaller piece of work. So I do them in 3 colour ranges. The projects I'm working on at the moment are a couple of private commissions for producing my allium sculpture, which they're quite different though. One is a large scale piece, whereas the other one is slightly smaller, but it's a bespoke design piece, so it's using different coloured metals. That's the private commissions. I've also got a commission I'm producing at the moment for a school, which is it's a remembrance sculpture that I've produced with the children. We designed it together, and it's an installation of poppy stems, which is a slightly smaller project, but I think it's going to be quite dramatic when it's actually in situ. I always try to do installations myself if possible. It's not happened in the past because the work's perhaps been shipped abroad, but generally, whether it's for an exhibition or even, you know, the installations for the public sculptures that I do, I think it's important to be there. That's the final piece of the creation of the work. More so, I suppose, with an exhibition, because it's often a temporary piece. So you know, you can play around a bit more with the work because you know it's not going to be permanently sited. So, for example, my allium stems, you know, they can be sort of placed around the garden, and it's very much a sort of a temporary installation, which, you know, develops the work further. Exhibitions I have at the moment are Fresh Air at Quenington, and then I also have work on display with the Lemon Street Gallery in Truro in Cornwall, and the Sculpture Park in Churt in Surrey. And then I've got an exhibition coming up at Chedworth Roman Villa later on, which is also in Gloucestershire, where Fresh Air is where the work's exhibited. Yeah, Quenington's a lovely exhibition that I've shown 3 or 4 times with them. It's a biannual exhibition that's set in the grounds of the old rectory in Quenington, which is a beautiful garden setting. It's run by Lucy and David Abel-Smith, but they also have set it up as a charity, so as well as exhibiting, you know that they have to do an awful lot of work with local schools and art galleries. So the money that's raised for the exhibition will go towards art education, artist bursaries, and I think they donate a lot to local schools and youth clubs so that the children there can experience art galleries and museums. So it's a lovely setting, and it's a good opportunity because they have a super number of visitors, so the work gets seen and sometimes purchased. But it's just a great place to visit and an exhibition to be involved in.